Hello and welcome to my channel. And as it's the last Wednesday of the month, I am joining in with hashtag Wing It Wednesday. And what this is a open collaboration that's hosted here on YouTube by Jenny from Jenny's Crafty Corner. And you can choose any Wednesday in the month to upload your project. And you have to use something that you've had in your stash for a long, long time and you haven't used before, or you try out a brand new technique that you've not done before. So, and then you show your project, and Jenny will put you into a draw, and someday some lucky winner will get a small crafty prize at the end of each month if you join in. So what I found in my stash this time was this lovely embossing folder. Now, this must have been in my stash for a long, long time because I don't actually recognise it and don't remember getting it, whether I might have been gifted it or I might have picked it up at a de-stash sale or something, but I'm pretty sure I haven't used it before. And it must have been there a long, long time. It just wasn't in amongst my other embossing folders. I did find another two that I hadn't used and forgot all about it, but I thought I would use this one. And I think that's lilies and kind of clocks at the back. So I thought this would make an ideal sympathy card. And I picked up this with Sympathy from the sale in McOyster's Crafts at Poles Apart, and that was the shop in Cooper in Fife that I went to at the end of May, and so I picked this up in the sale, and I thought that these two would make an excellent sympathy card, a very simple and quick card to make. So I like using embossing folders, but I don't tend to use them very often. The thing is, I prefer making square cards, and most of the time I make a square card. So I dug out these from my stash as well. I had these 5x7s. I think they came from Hobbycraft a while ago, and it was a selection of whites, greys, and kind of neutral tones. So that fitted on perfectly. And I also had this A4 premium card part from Hobbycraft. The hazy shades matched perfectly well with some of the cards in this one. But I made two cards. Two cards that look very different, but it's actually the same, but different colourways. So first up, I just used the embossing folder as it is on white. Yeah, it's quite a deep embossing folder. I actually had to change my sandwich. I use the Cuttlebug, and embossing folders in the Cuttlebug usually takes two, your A base plate and two B plates for a. But when I tried to do that, it was far too thick, it wouldn't go through. So I tried the base plate, which is your A plate, and just the C plate without another plate on it, and it worked perfectly well. That's the only embossing folder that I've had to do with it. So this must be a thicker embossing folder than I usually use. It does make a nice deep impression, as you can see. And I'm loving how this with Sympathy dice comes out. So that's my black and white version. And then I made a grey one. I've also swiped my ink pad. I've used the VersaFine Clear ink pad, and I've swiped the ink just over the top of the embossed image. Now, I didn't realise that was a technique. I learned that at my craft class last month. It's a Stampin' Up craft class local to me, and we were using this technique. Last time round, I had heard that you can ink up the back of your embossing folders and put it through, and I have tried that technique a while ago, but this just gave me the same effect without having to put your ink anywhere near your embossing folder. I did catch ink a wee bit there, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it looks all right. And actually inking up the embossing folder and doing it that way, I've never actually got it a perfect impression that way either. So, whereas I found this just a lot easier. So I'm quite liking how this one. I think I prefer the grey with the black ink. Let me know which one you prefer. I just think this one stands out a lot more. So let me show you the card that I was making at the Stampin' Up class. It's not finished yet because unfortunately the teacher forgot to bring one of her dies. So I've got a sentiment to put on it next time round. But here is another example of ink straight to paper. We did actually use ink blending brushes to get the stripes across. But she did say that you can swipe your ink pad straight across without the use of brushes. So I gave that a try. So that's quite a pretty card, isn't it? And it'll have a sentiment on it. And get that cut out. I think it's a circle sentiment. And I can't remember what this bit was for. I think it might have been a wee bit behind the circular sentiment. But we'll get that finished the next time the class comes. So if you would like to join in with hashtag Wing It Wednesday, please just use the hashtag Wing It Wednesday and remember to add Jenny's Crafty Corner, tag her in your post, and if you're on Instagram, or in your video if you're on YouTube. So it's a very fun collab, and it makes you pick out things that you've had in your stash for a long time and not used. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.